Hey, this is gwEm. I'm back with another 303 pedal test. This one's a bit different though. In all the other ones I tested a variety of pedals, around 10 in each video, but this time I'm only going to look at one pedal, which is from JHS pedals. And it is called a Muffuletta. And it contains 6 different kinds of Electro Harmonix Big Muff circuits in one pedal, which is why I wanted to demo it on its own, because I think it can take up a whole video. So earlier this evening I've been playing my guitar through this pedal, and it's absolutely brilliant. But there's loads of videos reviewing this pedal for guitar, so clearly I'm all about testing pedals on the 303. So we will give it a good test now. Let's start with the clean 303 tone. Classic. So the first option on this JHS Muffuletta is the Civil War muff, and it says here that this has more mid-range, a brighter overall tone, and less gain. So let's see about that. That sounded really good, I thought, but there are some issues with it. So firstly, I noticed you can't really get that kind of scream with the resonance unless you've got the sustain control, or in other words the distortion control, on full. And this is a common thing with Big Muff type of pedals. If you roll down the sustain, it can get darker. The tone control compensates for that, but it sounds a little different. Let's go on to the next option on the Muffuletta, which is the Russian muff, which is based on a green Russian muff apparently, and it says less clarity, less low end. Yeah, I think that was a bit less good than the Civil War muff. That cutting resonance didn't really come through on the Russian setting. Let's go on to the next one, which is the Pi, which is apparently best known for a more aggressive sound. And I believe that this is an op-amp style Big Muff. Has a little less output than the others. Oh, I'm going to turn it up on the mixer. Not bad. It does definitely scream a little more than the Russian. I think so far I still prefer the Civil War mode, but let's press on. The next one is the Triangle. More low end and more articulate. Clearly we're not playing guitar, so I don't know how the subtle articulation of this mode will come through, but there's only one way to find out. Yeah, I really like that mode. It sounded super angry and very raw. Let's go on to the next one, which is the 73 Ram's Head. It says that it has a scoop mid-range, less gain, and an overall darker tone. Yeah, pretty good. I thought the bass was quite boomy on that mode. That may be useful for certain kinds of music. I might just try it again now without any resonance to see how that goes. nah, it's not the best mode, but I also don't think it's the worst mode. The last one is JHS 2015. More powerful, less compressed, and a more haunting mid-range, apparently. It says it's also best for bass guitar. But will it be the best for the TB303 bass line? I think it might be. I really like that mode. Unlike some of the other settings, I think the JHS mode, you don't need to have the sustain knob nailed to get the resonance to come through. In fact, when I started that, I had the sustain on halfway, and you still hear the resonant peak of the 303. I thought that was great. I want to change back quickly to the Civil War mode, which was the other one I liked, and just compare the two a little bit. So I kind of tried all the modes a little bit, but it's pretty clear. The best mode, I think, for the 303 is the JHS mode. You get the resonance coming through without having to have it on maximum distortion, so you get a lot of subtlety and variations. The Civil War mode is also very good, very aggressive. It's quite funny because both modes have a different character, and I think you could use either of those really well in a song. And in fact, depending on the tone you wanted to go for, I think all of the modes have something to offer, but the JHS mode is definitely the one for the scream. So what do I think overall? This isn't the cheapest pedal that I have tested. It does look very cool though. It's black and yellow, a bit like a black Russian muff, which is cool. It's got a nice yellow LED that I liked. I picked this up secondhand on eBay because I felt that the other Big Muff style pedals that we'd tried on the shootout sounded really good, and I wanted to try some more, and I thought, well, this has got 6 built in, so it's got to be a good option. So the retail price is kind of the same as buying 3 cheap regular muffs, and I found that 2 of the modes were really good and the other 4 modes were kind of so-so, although had some use. Clearly there's a lot of variation in this pedal, so I think if you can pick one up second hand, it's absolutely worth it. You get a lot of variations and characters with it. The resonance doesn't come through on all the modes, but it does do on a couple of them. And for that reason, I'm definitely going to recommend this for 303. But there are cheaper, good sounding options, which you can find out if you watch any of my other videos as well. So I hope that was interesting for you. That was the JHS Muffuletta.